Hi folks, welcome to Crisco's Corner, unfiltered commentary. And that's your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Welcome back from Fox News. Martha McCallum spars with teachers union president over critical race theory in classrooms. That's a dodge, she says. Do you favor teaching students that 1619 is more important than 1776? McCallum asked Weingarten. I got to tell you, honestly, if she's the head of the teachers union, I'm not sure if that's nationwide, it's the NEA, or it's a local teachers union. Either way, at the national level, the teachers unions, the national teachers unions, are probably some of the most evil people in this country. And here's the part that's really twisted. They think they're doing good. They think they're helping this country. And that's the really diabolical part. That's the part that's the hardest to overcome. That these progressive morons think that what they're saying and doing as far as curriculum goes and what they're brainwashing our young people to think is okay and productive and moving forward. That's the evil part. Let's read on. The story host Martha McCallum tangled with American Federation of Teachers President Randy Weingarten Monday over her support of the New York Times controversial 1619 project and critical race theory is being taught in classrooms across the country. McCallum questioned Weingarten's push to implement a curriculum based on certain parts of the 1619 project. The project, which is based on the belief that the first importation of slaves to the American shores in 1619 constituted the nation's true founding, and that the reason for the revolution and colonization was because people wanted to preserve slavery. What a crock of crap. First of all, there were multiple countries in North America in 1619. That was the year prior to the Pilgrims landing in currently Massachusetts. It was Spain, a little bit of Portugal, France in the north, France a little bit in the Caribbean, I believe, but it was Spain in Central and South America. And if you want to talk about brutality on slavery, my God, Spain and Portugal were horrific, absolutely horrific. That's like comparing the English to Jim Crow in the South and rounding up millions of Jews and torturing them and gassing them and burning their bodies. That's the difference. That's how bad Spain was. Even some of the slave traders, when they saw what Spain was doing, they went, "Oh my God, that's over the line." That's how evil they were. And second of all, there weren't even Americans. Not Americans in the sense that we know as citizens of the United States, you idiot. The project is based on the belief that the first importation of slaves to the American shores in 1619 constituted the nation's true founding. I'm reading this again because I think it's important. That the reason for the revolution and colonization was because people wanted to preserve slavery. Nonsense. Even some of the slaveholders, including Washington and Jefferson, all the founding fathers in the North didn't believe in slavery, and the ones that even had slaves questioned it. How's that saying go? It's like having a tiger by the tail. You don't want to hold on, but you don't dare let go. They didn't know what to do. So they made compromises to found the country. And over time, we overcame that. And for those of you that are going to roll their eyes when I say this, it's true. There are many, many non-white people in very important positions in this country, including elected office, including a two-term president. So let's cut through the crap before we all drown in it. Weingarten, a self-described history and social studies teacher, defended the controversial belief, claiming that from everything I can see and understand from the data that I see, 1619 was the year the first slave boat came from Africa to the United States. So that's a point in history I think we should be teaching. Yeah, I have no problem with that. I absolutely have no problem at all. But to say your entire country the founding of your country, the freest, the most productive, the wealthiest, the most kindest, the most generous nation on earth. The revolution was about preserving slavery. You got to be out of your effing mind. Did it suck? Yeah. Was it bad? Yeah. But how would you like to be about? I'm 64. For those of you out there that are listening, think of the worst thing you've ever done in your life. None of us are clean. Think of the worst thing you've ever done. And how would you like your entire life to be about that only? None of the good things you've done. None of the accomplishments you've made. None of the children you raised that turn out to be great people. All of that doesn't count. It's only about the one thing you did that was really crappy. That's a very simplistic take on it. Martha fired back. The story host explained that the project indoctrinates children to believe that the country was founded on the basis of wanting to preserve slavery. Nonsense. But that's not factual. It's not true, McCallum told viewers. In fact, scholars say there is no evidence that colonialists are motivated by that in coming to the United States. They would travel all the way across the ocean, leave everything they've ever known, everybody they've ever known. Probably 1 in 4 chance you die in the passage, to come to a country that's basically uncivilized, woods. I mean, we're not talking about metropolitan cities here, and risk everything to start over. But you did it for slavery? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? It would be wrong as an historian to want to teach them something that is not true, because it's the basis that sets up all the other tenets that lead to teaching kids that we live in a systematically racist country. There's nobody clean here, folks. Are they going into detail about what portions of Africa other Africans rounded up other Africans to sell to the slave traders for money? For money? But just whatever it's worth, Department. Here's what, if you see here, I want to show you how these people lie. This is Martha McCallum spars with Teachers Union president over critical race theory in classrooms. And this is what the Daily Beast had on their headline. Interesting, isn't it? Called around the carpet for the misinformation on the election. And just saying that, the algorithm will kill this video, but I don't care. The truth's the truth. No, the Teachers Union president tried to dodge the question. Put her back on her heels and blah, blah, blah. I like Martha McCallum a lot. A lot. Her and Maria Bartoloma. Those two I like a lot. And Martha's very fair. So is Brett Baer, as a matter of fact. They tried to let both sides speak, and she called her on the carpet because the 1619 Project, it's historical, and it's professors and scholars and people dedicated to history and experts and blah, blah, blah. You know who said the exact same thing? Is taught at the highest levels in universities of higher learning. And it's been investigated and it's been checked for years, and it's solid in its evidence and its history. They said the exact same thing in the early 1900s on, wait for it, eugenics. Eugenics. Weingarten claims she had several conversations with 1619 Project Nicole Hannah-Jones, yeah, I'll bet, and said she has not arrived at the same conclusion from her work as McCallum has. Well, of course she hasn't. They had to take the foundation of this country and rip it out. They make the turn, and Weingarten appeared to deflect from the issue and focus instead on the network's coverage of the 2020 election. Yeah, a Daily Beast. Turn the tables. Oh, come on, Randy, a frustrated McCallum interjected. That is not the topic we're here to talk about. I'm not going to talk about that. Whether the Teachers Union president is right or not is immaterial. The subject was the 1619 Project and how evil it is and how wrong it is. We talked about that before, but that's not a dodge. But that's a dodge, she said. Okay? So I'm asking you. You say you're a social studies teacher. Do you favor teaching students that 1619 is more important than 1776? Do you favor that? It's a fair question. I favor us teaching about 1776, what I have often done. I favor us teaching about 1619. I also favor us teaching about the Holocaust and the genocide. In terms of the Holocaust, Weingarten responded. McCallum asked Weingarten pointedly whether she supports teaching impressionable children that if they're white, they belong to an oppressive class, and if they're black, they belong to a victim class. You have any problem with that, she asked. It's amazing to me. We'll say that everything the 1619 Project said is true. All systematic racism, every bit of the founding of this country was all about that. Was the oppressive nature of white Europeans over non-white peoples in America. We'll say they're all true. Who gives a shit now? How would you like to be called for the carpet, something your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather did? Or how about in the South, your great-great-grandfather? You have no say over what those people said and did. All you can say is what the country is now. And there is no country on earth that has come farther, faster, and better at race relations than the United States. Well, John, that's ridiculous. Well, we are one of the most diverse countries in the world, if not the most diverse. Try immigrating to Japan. Oh, they're very, very strict because they want to keep their culture. But they're not racist. Look at Mexico. Look at the last 3 or 4 or 5 Mexican presidents. Look pretty white to me. The white Europeans in Mexico, Central America, and South America, the descendants of the Spanish conquistadors, treat the non-white peoples, well, I'll call Aboriginal or Native American peoples down there, like second-class citizens still to this day. You notice the people that are crossing the border unlawfully, they're not lily white because they're treated like crap by the white people down there. You don't see a lot of black people in the United States going, oh, this place is so oppressive, we have to escape to other countries. Bull. If you're a non-white person, there's very, very few places on earth where you can do better than you can in the United States. Pick an African country where you can do better. There's a couple that are coming around, to be sure. They're the most homogeneous continent on earth. And they always compare to the Scandinavian countries. They always pick the most lily white countries in the world, these progressives that prove their point about race relations and fairness. And the fact that, okay, your father did something horrible. You have to pay for that as well as your children and your grandchildren. Makes 0 sense. Weingarten reiterated her comment to elevating all ethnicities and celebrating diversity and actually looking at people's lived experience. Yeah, life is hard. It's not all about race. But McCallum persisted. If you raise children in this country believing that that's a bad country that was founded on wanting to preserve slavery, which is simply not true, then we've got a problem in our school system. Weingarten expressed her love for the United States. Bullshit. I'm going to say the word out right out. Bullshit. She doesn't love this country. She hates the Constitution. She hates the founding documents. She hates the foundation of our republic. She wants to smash it all down and rebuild it in what they believe would be fair and equitable. What a crock of crap. Its ability to see how to make itself better. My God, are you kidding? Ask Justice Clarence Thomas, who grew up in southern Georgia. And when I say dirt poverty, I mean you have no idea what poverty is until you've been down the Jim Crow South when Clarence Thomas was a boy. You have no freaking idea what poverty and misery and racism is. And now he sits on the Supreme Court. So you know what? Shut the F up. This is what we try to do in education all the time. So look, I think we should be teaching about 1776. I think that we should be teaching about all the civil rights laws. Yeah, we've come a long, long ways. Very quickly, I might add. Everybody says, well, it's only been 80, 90 years. In the course of history, that's nothing. Everybody sees everything in their lifetime, and that's not the way history works. We've slowly changed over time. We've made tremendous progress, and rapidly, I might add, and it's stuck. And these morons, they have to have the conflict. They have to have the, you're being oppressed. We have to be looking out for you because you're so ignorant and stupid, you can't do it for yourself, so we're going to do it for you. And that's what Democrats believe. That's what these progressives believe. It's condescending at best. It's racism at worst. It's amazing to me. The statement, diversity is our strength, is one of the most racist slogans ever conceived. That if you put a person that's black on your board of directors to your company, just because they're black, it makes that board better. Is absolutely racist by definition. By definition. Because they assume that all black people think the same. All Hispanic and Latinos think the same. That's why they're having trouble now. Hate Donald Trump, love Donald Trump. He made huge inroads as far as voters go in the Hispanic and black communities, and especially among the Hispanics. And not because of all the Cubans in Florida. There's districts in Texas that flip 20, 30 points the other way because they're finally waking up to this bullshit. I think we should be teaching about all the civil rights laws, the teachers union president said. I think we should be doing more with civics and science. Yes, civics. Science, that's another one. They're destroying science and mathematics in school. And I think we should be talking about when the slave trade started in a place we now call America. It didn't start here. Slavery's been around for centuries, thousands of years. I come from a long line of very proud teachers, McCallum concluded, and I think some of them would be disturbed by what we see happening. Good for you, Martha. Good for you. And I don't care if the Daily Beast says, turn the tables on the Fox interviewer. What a crock of crap. It's just disgusting to me, and I'm sorry that I'm carrying on so long, but this is a very, very touchy subject for me. It's just horrendous. America has always been. We can talk about its founding and its Bill of Rights and things we try to aspire to from the founders. No, yeah, there was slavery. Yeah, women couldn't vote. This is what they listed. This is what we aspire to. And even Barack Obama, not too long ago, less than 10, 12 years ago, I think, maybe 15, even said himself, 90% of the racial issues in the United States have been pretty much resolved. We have that little bit of 10% left, and we're slowly working on that. And that's Barack Obama, one of the biggest race baiters that ever lived. So the truth is the truth. But the winners get to write the truth, and the winners get to write history. So good for you, Martha, for calling her on the carpet. You were my favorite on Fox anyway. Now you've just brought up your standing even more. She's fair. She's intelligent. She loves this country. It's a sin what's happening. And we are at war, folks. Don't let anybody kid you. I'll bet you this woman here makes between $300,000 and $500,000 a year, plus God knows what for a pension. And she's sitting there looking down on us? These people are disgusting and they're despicable. Absolutely despicable. The war is on, folks. Even during the American Revolution, you had to pick a side. And I was a local councilman here years ago and very heavily involved in politics, and some of it dirty. And the way it works is you have to pick a side. or someone's going to pick it for you. And it's usually not the side you would have picked. So keep the fight up, Martha, and all of us out there. The 1619 race nonsense, critical race theory is crap. It belongs in the flush down the toilet just like crap, just like eugenics and all the other craziness over the years that these racists bring up. Sorry to babble on and on, but this is a very sore subject for me, and I think it's incredibly important. Anybody with small children out there, talk to them. Tell them, yes, some bad things happened, but this is the greatest country on earth, and you're incredibly lucky to be born here. Until the next time, folks, goodbye and good luck.